We have Matt Sherman, the brother of Jake Sherman, against Devin Visconti, the brother of Kyle Visconti.
John, I don't know how you keep track of all these familiar relationships. You have all the names and all the stats well in hand.
Well, we try. And Matt Sherman is a senior. Devin Visconti is a junior. Malden Catholic in the blue. And Matt Sherman from Burlington in the white. It looks like a championship singlet as well, is it not, John?
I believe so. Visconti in there, that single switches to a double. He's got to lift, get his head to the side, and put it. Got to lift one of those legs over his head, get his head to the side, and come out.
And this is the 135-pound weight class.
Visconti in there in that double, out of bounds. You see how quickly they're out of bounds here. And there's really not much of a buffer zone on that side of the mat. It's really maybe 3 foot of concrete, and then you're into the stand. So,
yep. Now, does the John? Do you know if the MIAA has any say in the mat being used and the size of it, or is it the host tournament?
I believe as long as it meets requirements. And it's in reasonable shape, and this meets all that. Of course, for tournaments, many schools borrow mats. When you need 5 or more mats, it's tough to guarantee you'll have them at any given school. So 0-0 here. About a minute left here in this period. Coming to you from Marshfield High School, John Arena and John Sullivan for the Division II Massachusetts State Championship. Visconti in there very quickly, again on that double. Sherman with that crotch lock, turns, tries to western the leg. There's 2, gets behind for the 2 points.
So Matt and Jake must be twins since they're the same age, and they look very much alike. But they're 2 weight classes apart, so it's kind of interesting, John.
Must have been an interesting childhood. 2 future wrestlers running around the house.
Something I know, having 2 twin wrestlers, it is interesting. A lot of destruction.
Yeah, I think it's a common theme among wrestling parents to have the kids in the living room. You know, this sounds like there's a herd of elephants in the other room, and they're going at it. So we'll take a timeout here. It looks like an injury timeout or blood timeout.
Probably blood, I think.
The Marshfield mat is looks like a deep blue-green. They've been in green at one point, but it's almost a blue-green, and so the blood doesn't necessarily show up. So see the referees kind of poking around, looking to see, and of course they're out here scrubbing and looking at the athletes.
So we're getting Devin Visconti all cleaned up, getting a few words from his coach, and coming out here. I'm really enjoying our camera angles here tonight, John.
It's the success and the perspectives of our other parents that have volunteered their time to pay a little bit back to the sport. Sherman there riding Visconti, hanging onto the ankle, preventing Visconti from standing. That'll be time.
2-0.
The Burlington choice, they'll defer, and Visconti will take down, it looks like.
So Matt Sherman ahead 2-0.
And Devin's really got a fly here off the whistle. Sherman's done a pretty good job of controlling him thus far.
Visconti, to get here, had a tech fall and 2 majors, and Sherman a decision and a tech fall.
Visconti trying to stand. You can see Sherman with that ankle pick that prevents really getting 2 good feet on the ground and getting your balance. They change the control back to the center of the mat. And Visconti's uniform looks like it's coming apart, John. It's got a rip in the back, and you can see him fighting the threads coming off of his uniform.
Yep.
You can see on the camera this. It looks like it's
It's like right at the seam at the back,
Yep.
yeah.
Put a new dimension in wrestling here by the third period. Sherman here throws that right leg in here. Visconti kicks it out, trying to stand here. Sherman with all of his weight on his opponent here. Got that ankle pick that prevents Visconti from standing across face. Visconti 1 foot up, 2 foot up. He's up. He's got to get those hips forward. Sag the hips. And Sherman drives him out of bounds.
Oh, he's got the escape.
And they'll give him 2 points.
I think they're giving him the 1 on the escape.
Did you see 1 signal or 2?
1.
Okay.
2-1 now for Sherman.